Hey there folks, back at you with another video. Today I want to talk to you about getting a little more horsepower out of your 5.9 12 valve Cummins for, just some little time and very little money. So please like and subscribe. It helps the channel out a lot, don't cost nothing. Let's get past the intro. Let's get into this. All right. So here we go. This is my 79 Chevy K20. I put a Cummins in it, and I would like to get a little more horsepower out of this old girl. She was bone stock, and I mean bone stock. That was one of the reasons why I bought it. Came out of a two-wheel drive truck. So if you ever look for a Cummins engine that is less likely to be vandalized, look for a two-wheel drive truck. No kit wants to have a two-wheel drive truck, and a lot of times those engines are just a little better took care of. So all right, let's get into this. First things first, I am not responsibility for your stupidity. I am not responsibility for any of your actions. So these are just a couple pointers to get you in the right direction, but you do as you feel, how you have to do it. This is not this is how you do it or any of those things. This is just my opinion, and I just want to give you some tips and tricks, and that's it. So all right, first things first, you got to fix your Killer Dowl Pin. I'll post a couple pictures in there right now, and it'll show you the location of it, and I'll show you a little tab. So let's look at those pictures, and we'll be right back. So yeah, so for the Killer Dowl Pin, I mean, you don't need anything special, just some 1/8 inch steel, a little piece of scrap metal, shape it up, bolt it in, and be done. I did it on mine, and it was sticking halfway out, so it was still original. There was no tab there to hold the killer, hold that dowel pin in place. And like I said, when I got this engine, I opened it up, looked at it, and like I said, it was sticking out with about 1/4 inch, so it was working its way out. So definitely something that you have to check and you have to do. Next is some EGT gauges. You need to know what your exhaust temperature is, and I would recommend not to go over 1250. After that, you can start burning up stuff. So I've got mine located right there, right behind the turbo. That's where I put it in, right there, and then it goes into the cab. I'll show you pyro right there. And mine sits right around 6. That's where I've been running, and I would recommend to put that in first before anything, before you turn anything up. Just because they kind of got an idea of what the truck has been doing, and then if you start putting some more fuel to it, you have a better idea of what's what. So but yeah, next thing, upgrade your exhaust and air intake. I mean, you can put as much fuel to this engine as you want, but if you don't have enough air to go in with that fuel, and if that exhaust cannot go out, it don't matter what you do, it will be the same thing. So this is what I did. This is I really love these filters right here. These are from Napa. I think it's the 6637. I'll put a note here on the bottom of the screen. It'll show up here in a minute. These are paper filters. I mean, they're really great. I've used them on all my diesels through the years. So, and then the next thing is 4-inch exhaust. you need to have, you know, at least 4-inch. That's what I recommend. Do that, and that way your engine can breathe and you can actually get a little more performance out of it. So next thing would be either more fuel or 3 or 4K governor springs. So you can go to Torque Tac. They got a fuel pressure regulator. That is the location on your P-pump for your fuel pressure regulator, right there. And stock, I think it's right around 30. With this one here, it's 35. And we'll grab the gauges, we'll hook it all up, and I'll show you. But you can also use your stock one if you got one with a removable top. So, and I'll show you that as well, and I'll show you the difference in what you can get out of it. So more fuel, you need more fuel pressure in order to get more fuel to your injector. So it all helps. So, and then 4K governor springs, we'll show that as well. You're gonna have to, let me put this flashlight somewhere. You're gonna have to take the fuel shut-off solenoid off, the linkage, and then right there is the location of it. Right there, right behind that. So, but we'll get into that as well. We'll show you how to do that. If you do go for 4K governor springs, I would definitely recommend that you go for heavier valve springs. If you can keep control of your foot, I wouldn't be as worried about it. But you know, if you start laying into it, you definitely need some heavier valve springs. So if you go for 4K, heavier valve springs are recommended. It's not an end-all be-all. You don't have to. You know, I'm not going to do it myself because I know my foot is not heavy, and you know, I can stay out of it. So all right, next, then after that, I would recommend the fuel plate. So you're gonna have to take this housing off, and as you can tell, already been in there a couple times. You got to take the housing off right here, and then you can get to the fuel plate. And I've got a 0 fuel plate in there right now. Some people say don't put a fuel plate in it back in it at all. I don't feel comfortable with that, so I just do a 0 fuel plate, and I just makes me feel, you know, makes me sleep better at night. So I mean, whatever floats your boat, you got to do you got to do it for yourself, whatever you think you need to do. So we'll show that, and then you got to adjust for your fuel. You got your smoke screw here on the back side, right there. And then you got a star wheel underneath this one here. Smoke screw gives you more fuel before boost, and while at boost, the star wheel will give you a little more fuel. So, and we'll take that all apart and we'll show you, you know, the rack travel, stuff like that, and things you can do to get a little more out of it. So, and then after that, then we're getting about to the point where that's all about. You know, that's about all you can do. The only other thing you can do is add more timing to it. I would recommend 17 to 18 degrees without, you know, to prevent you from blowing head gaskets and stuff like that. I mean, I'm not saying that's it or whatever, but that's what I recommend. So, but yeah. Next after that, don't forget about your transmission, guys. Turning up the engine is cool, it's easier, and you know, it shows, but a built transmission, you need to be able to handle the torque that you're going to be putting out. And if you don't give your transmission any attention, that will be your weakest link. And then don't start pissing in my ear about, oh, this 47RH or this 47RE, those are junk transmissions. Yeah, it's a junk transmission because you don't know what you're doing. So this already has a built transmission in it. I did that first. I ran it with stock engine, so now I feel comfortable enough that I can turn this engine up without blowing up my transmission. In my opinion, that is the route to go. I mean, however you want to do it, you know, go at it either which way. After that, then, you know, you really need to get into bigger injectors, bigger turbo, things like that. And yeah, that's going to cost you dollars. That's all there's to it. And the things that I'm going to show you here is cheap and don't cost much. So maybe I don't know, 40, 50 bucks that I got in, that I would have in this to get it done. So like I said, that's relatively cheap. So all right, so keep an eye on those videos. I mean, I'm going to cut it off here already at 8 minutes or longer, something like that. So on the next video, we'll start doing the step-by-step things, you know, like fuel pressure regulator, fuel plate, and the governor springs. And then we're going to take you on the road with you and show you the difference. So or at least give you a ride and show you what you know, the improvement. So yep. All right, so please like and subscribe. Helps the channel out a lot. Don't cost nothing. Let's get and we're going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace out.